Today is the first ever Variety Mobility Day. The children's charity is encouraging British Columbians to come together to raise money and support people with mobility challenges. And joining me now is the Mobility Day Honorary Chair, Marco Pasqua. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Sonia. I'm really excited to be here, and Global is like my second family.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And congratulations for being the chair. I know it makes a lot of sense because you've been with Variety for a long time, and you've seen a lot of changes throughout the years, and also a lot of the difference that you can make in people's lives.
Absolutely. You know, I've been working with Variety for decades. I was once a Variety kid myself, and my family was supported thanks to programs and services. So for me to be able to pay it forward and to come out into the community and say, this is so important, Variety Mobility Day is the greatest way to do it. It's happening all across North America, but here in BC, in all 5 health regions, we want to raise money for adaptive bicycles for individuals to get around the community. And so we're hoping to raise about $50,000 just today at our barbecue.
That's incredible. And speaking of your past, I know we have some old video of you at one of our previous telethons. This was a couple of decades ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember that day and being part of this?
That was the day that changed my life forever. I mean, I'm there with legendary Red Robinson. Anybody in our community knows who Red is. He is a huge mentor of mine and a big inspiration. In that clip, he's actually saying to me, how would you like to be our spokesperson next year at the telethon? And really, this blew things wide open for me, because I realized you could use the media for good, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a negative spin. Often people see negative things in the news. There's a lot of positive things too.
Absolutely, and you know what? This is a great way of reaching people today to raise awareness about mobility challenges that people face.
Yeah.
And I understand that later today you have quite a moment that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, there's a family that's going to receive a van presentation. Hopefully they're not watching right now. I don't know if it's a surprise completely, but I'm going to be out there. I'm going to share a little bit about my personal story about being born with cerebral palsy, what that was like for me, the kind of therapies I had to receive, the kind of equipment I use in using a wheelchair, and why it's so important to give not just the child with the disability this opportunity, but the family as well. It's a very inclusive thing.
Absolutely, because it changes all the activities a family can do, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a wheelchair, imagine now on top of that, you have a stroller and you've got a dog and you've got to put all these things into a vehicle when a family just wants to go out and have a picnic, for example. So at Variety Mobility Day, we're going to have things like an obstacle course where you can actually demo what it's like to be in a wheelchair, weaving through cones. It's not going to obviously give the exact experience of what it's like to be in a chair, but it'll give people an idea as to things to think about when you're in a chair, the things you have to dodge or be able to maneuver around. So that's really neat.
It must take a long time to get the hang of that.
Well, I've been in a chair my whole life, so I think I got a couple of years.
You absolutely do, but maybe for someone who's just learning, right?
Absolutely. It's an eye-opener for a lot of people, and I always say that I just have a head start against most people. In the disability community, we always say people are temporarily able-bodied. Eventually, we're all going to need it, which is why I always push as an accessibility consultant for universal design, and that's coming down the pipeline. This is kind of a segue, but we just passed the Accessible Canada Act here. It's in the Royal Assent, and hopefully soon that means we'll have more accessibility laws so that more families, more people, more individuals can feel like they're really included in our country.
Absolutely, because you have so much to offer.
Absolutely. I mean, Canada is a very inclusive place. I think it's going to take more and more representatives, not just myself, not just the families, but everybody to stand up and say, this is what we need to be more inclusive, and this is exactly what we need to raise the spirits in people. It's a nice barbecue.
Well, it's wonderful to hear how passionate you are about it, and so excited to have the very first Mobility Day. And I understand that you've already, you have a goal of reaching $50,000 for today. Where are we at right now?
$27,000. So it's hashtag Variety Mobility Day. I hope that everybody comes out to Variety's head office in Burnaby, have a good time, maybe you get a chance to meet me and meet the families.
Fantastic, and maybe give a donation or two, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, just really quickly, they can text kids to 45678 and give an automatic donation of $20.
Perfect, nice and easy.
There we
Marco,
go.
thank you so much, and have fun with the van presentation later today.
We will. Thanks so much.